Herokami TV せーのでもそんなんじゃダメもうそんなんじゃほら心は進化するよもっともっと
Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Vincent Tabilog. I'm currently taking BS Marine Biology, third year student in Silliman University. And I'm 21 years old and I live in Talisay City, Negros Occidental. And I'm really interested in marine plants. So we have mangroves, seagrasses, marine algae, and even phytoplankton. So those are actually my field of interests in the field of marine biology. In terms of collection, I started collecting when I was in senior high school, I think 16 or 17 years old. And my first scaled figurine is this one. It's Saber Triumphant Excalibur. That's my first scaled figurine, but in terms of first figurine itself, it's actually Chopper from One Piece, and the manufacturer is Banpresto. But it's actually in my room, and I'm not showcasing it here right now because I'm strictly exhibiting most of my scaled figurines. And then most of the scaled figurines that I have are actually 1/7 scale, except for this one, the motor cuirassier. It's actually a 1/8 scale. So in terms of height or in terms of size, it's actually smaller compared to the other Saber figurines because they're actually 1/7 in scale. And then I have here Love Live figurines. So Hanayo, Kotori, and Honoka. I have 5 Saber figurines. So I have here Saber Lily from Good Smile, Saber Deluxe Edition from Aniplex, Saber Triumphant Excalibur from Good Smile also. Actually, these 3, or let's say these 4. So Saber Alter and Saber Motor Cuirassier. So they're also from Good Smile Company. As for my Love Live figurines, they're manufactured by Alter. And for my Aniplex figurines, this one, Saber, Mash, and Ishtar. I also have here Yagyu Jubei from Penguin Parade and Sakura Kinomoto from Good Smile Company. So those are my figurines. The tallest figurine that I have is Sakura Kinomoto. It's actually 17.55 inches. And the other one is Ishtar, having 13.65 inches. So these are actually 2 of my tallest figurines. In terms of my most expensive figurine, it's Saber Deluxe Edition. It's the most expensive figurine that I have. It's actually 5 digits, but I don't want to disclose the specific figure or specific price. But honestly, 3 of these figurines, Ishtar, Sakura, and Saber Deluxe, they actually their price are actually 5 digits. And then actually the most iconic figurine that I have is Saber Motor Cuirassier, this one. It's actually iconic in a sense that it's actually very detailed, and then if you try to look at its motor, I love the craft and the pose of Saber itself. So if you watch Fate Zero, I think you have actually watched the scene of Saber wearing that iconic tuxedo, or let's say black suit, of course, and riding the motor. Then I actually have a cast of figurine, but I don't want to explain what a cast of figurine is. You can actually Google that one. So the cast of figurine that I have is Yagyu Jubei from Samurai Girls. So if you watch Samurai Girls, it's actually ecchi, but in terms of genre, it's not hentai, but it's actually a cast of figurine. So it would mean that I can remove some of its parts, but of course I don't want to remove it right now. So it's actually one of the hidden figurines that I have that's actually a cast of. Okay. And then one of the best figurines that I have are actually from Love Live. Even my waifu shirt, Daya Kurosawa, she's from Love Live also. So I have here Hanayo, Kotori, and Honoka. So if you watch Love Live, I think actually I have most of my friends who are actually not addicted, but who are actually engaged in anime, are actually interested in watching Love Live. It's because of their songs. And yeah, for the last part of this video is that I actually give you the tips in terms of figure collecting. So if you want to order figurines, you can actually pre-order. However, there are actually pros and cons in terms of pre-ordering. So one of the good sides of pre-ordering is that you are actually secured an item, or let's say you have already secured yourself an item, or you have already reserved yourself a figurine. So the thing about pre-ordering is that, for example, the pre-order dates, that's why you actually have to check on the sites or the sellers. So let's say pre-order is only November until December, like that's the pre-order date. So pre-order prices are really cheaper compared to the price when it's actually released. So for example, the pre-order price is 5,500, and then after the pre-order dates, and then once the item has been released, most likely the value of the item would cost around 6,000 pesos. So that's the good thing about pre-ordering, is that you are able to save, you are able to secure yourself an item, and yeah, those are the good things about pre-ordering. However, the downsides of pre-ordering is that you need to be really patient, honestly, because sometimes there are delays to your item. So for example, I pre-ordered a figurine, and then the release date will be on November 2021. There are really times, or let's say in most cases, there are actually delays. So instead of November of 2021, it's likely that you'll be able to receive your item a few months or so. So it may be December of 2021, or maybe January already in the year 2022. So you should already expect that there might be delays in terms of receiving your items, or receiving your item when you pre-order. And then actually I have a ton of list here in terms of tips. Okay, so if you want to check on the details of your figurine, you can actually go to myfigurecollection.net. It's actually a good site. You can create yourself an account there. You can have discussion with other hobbyists or members of the website, and you can actually look at toy photographies. I actually love going there from time to time. It's because the crafts, the dioramas of the hobbyists, and I also love checking their toy photographies because it's actually superb. And actually my favorite toy photographer there is Kurogane. So he's actually one of the best toy photographers for me personally, because I love his craft and I love the photos, really detailed. Okay, so if you want to order again, please do consider the seller, because you might not know if the seller is actually legit or not, or if maybe there are scammers. So if you want to order online here in the Philippines, most of my friends actually order from Onigay Onichan. It's actually a very famous online seller in terms of figurines. Of course, because I like their marketing strategy, like they have memes and whatever. So they actually get the attention of most of the people, or they actually have a higher reach in terms of selling their products. I really love it. And they actually have my supplier, Figure Hunts Unlimited. Most of the items I have here are from that store. That's actually my supplier, and you can actually go to Toy Zone Express also. I have actually ordered from there before. So those are actually three of the online stores that you can actually order if you want to do figure collecting. And then If you want to order outside the Philippines, you can actually go to Mandarake. You can just go to Google and search Mandarake. So the thing about ordering from Mandarake is that the items are cheaper. So for example, I have here Saber Lily. Let's say in the Philippines it would cost around 5,000 pesos. However, when you go to Mandarake, the price would only be 6,000 yen until 8,000 yen. So if you convert the yen to pesos, it would only be around 3,000 pesos or 4,000 pesos. However, there's actually shipping, and if the figurine itself is really expensive, there are actually taxes. So you should also consider that one. And if you can't seem to find the items that you're looking here in the Philippines, maybe you can actually find it in Mandarake. And it's actually a good store. Saber Lily, honestly, is actually from Mandarake for only 7,000 yen. So it's around roughly 3,500 pesos. Okay, so one of the best things also in terms of figure collecting is actually investing in a glass cabinet. If you have the budget, the good thing about investing in a glass cabinet is that you can actually showcase your figurines at home, and at the same time, they're actually secured and you might expect that there are no dusts. However, you can actually check it regularly because of course, like in the long period of time, those dusts might actually accumulate inside the glass cabinet. I actually have one glass cabinet here inside the house, and I store most of my figurines there. Okay, and then actually, if you want to remove the dusts, you can actually use a very fine brush, actually a makeup brush. Actually, I use my sister's makeup brush, the really fine one, so I can simply remove the dusts on my figurines if there are any. Okay, and you can actually be a box collector in a sense that you don't want to remove the item itself, like it's just in the box. So in terms of quality, in terms of market value, it's actually good because the value of these figurines actually decrease when you remove it from the box. However, if the item is really rare, so of course the market price is actually really high. Like for example, this one, it's the Saber Deluxe Edition. So when you pre-order, it's around 20,000 yen. However, when the item was released already, after a year or so, I expected that the price would actually increase in a small amount, but it actually increased in a high amount. But that's why if you go to Solaris, Japan, if you try to look at the Saber Deluxe Edition, the market value would be around 30,000 yen already. So, or 25,000 yen to 30,000 yen, or even beyond that. It actually depends if the item is second-hand, or let's say removed from the box, back-in-box, that's the BID, or MISB, or mint-in-sealed box. So MISB means that your figurine hasn't been released from the box itself. And you can actually buy figurines in terms of craft. So for example, like, oh, I like this figurine because it's so nice, it's really detailed or whatever. So you can actually do that. However, on my end, most of the figurines that I have here, of course, like I have already known them before purchasing them. Like I have already watched the anime series or the show itself before purchasing them, because I know personally for me, the figurines that I collect is that I already know them. However, except for Odin Sphere, because I don't play it, it's actually a gift from my friend. But yeah, I really also love the craft of that figurine because it's really detailed and it's actually manufactured by Alter. I guess those are just some of my tips in terms of figure collecting. And then for my message, it's actually only short. So big things often have small beginnings. So I started from having a small figurine chopper from One Piece manufactured by Banpresto. It was also second hand and I purchased it without a box. So it was around 300 pesos, but with the shipping fee, it's around 400 pesos. So I bought it from Manila. I found a store there. I forgot the name of the store already. So yeah, that's actually my first figurine. And then, honestly, before starting in figure collecting, I was actually at Tagabantay during toy exhibits, or actually, I was one of the guards, or let's say, yeah, one of the guards in terms of toy exhibits. Like for example, Robinsons, SM, Ayala. Like I just sit there and I'll make sure that the people around them, like the people around, or let's say the people in the toy exhibits do not actually touch the figurines, or do not stay too close on the figures. Like they can take photos, however, they cannot touch it because they're prohibited. So I actually started from that one until such time that I was able to be really interested in figure collecting, and here I have 12 scaled figurines in front of you. And yeah, you can actually you should cherish this kind of hobby if you have, because it's really not the normal type of hobby. Like it's a rare hobby for people. So yeah, like that's only my message, and I would like to promote my page on Facebook, Mangrove Matters PH. I also have Silliman University Student Government Research Committee, SUSG Research Committee. And then if you want to look at my photos, or let's say toy photographies, you can go to myfigurecollection.net, or also on Instagram. My name is Zymeth14, because I played Battle Rams before, so I just remembered Zymeth from the Lotus clan. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for listening, and have a good day. Thank you.